the corners that we have. We're young, and obviously they have to play. So I feel like it's my duty to get them ready to play and to play at a high level.
Talk about Jeff and the progress he's made. He's coming back from injury. What's he look like?
From spring, it didn't even look like he was hurt. You couldn't even, if you had no idea who Jeff was, you wouldn't even know that he had that ankle injury. He has that much of an impact on our offense and on the game, and his impact and his presence on the field is really unexplainable.
You stayed healthy last year, right?
Mm-hmm.
You were one of the lucky ones. What was that like? How did you guys have to manage that situation?
It definitely made me have to grow up. I couldn't really lean on somebody else or say, okay, maybe he'll do it this time. Like it was on me, and I was ready for it. I prepared myself well during the week for games, took care of my body well, and it definitely helped me mature. And I'm not glad that it happened to them that they were injured, but I'm glad that it happened to me because I grew up from it, I learned from it, and I matured from it.
And the same way we're talking about growing up, tough season, do you think that's true? How soon is it exactly?
Definitely. We don't want to look at that season and just think about all the negatives. We want to think about how far people have came. A lot of guys on the team have grown up. They understood that they need to play, and they need to be ready to play no matter what the circumstances are. And we definitely learned a lot from the 4A season.
Coach Muschamp said he's not afraid to start youth in secondary. You're one of the players who definitely has more experience in that notion. Are you, do you feel obliged to kind of be a leader for the secondary if the youth comes in?
I have to be a leader because if I don't do it, nobody else will. Because I'm the only sophomore corner, and I'm old now, so I have to bring them along. I have to get ready to play, and it's definitely my job to get them ready to play.
Did you expect it to be that way last year? I mean, a year ago, did you think, okay, I'm going to be the old guy when 2014 comes around?
I actually wasn't thinking about that until probably like the second to last game. I was kind of like, well, if they leave, I'm kind of like the only one. Mm-hmm. So, but during the season, I really wasn't thinking about it, but now it's here. And I have to adjust and I have to grow up.
Who in your life has taught you how to lead and how to be that guy?
My mother, without a doubt.
Vernon, who are some of the toughest wide receivers in the SEC that you went up against last year, your freshman year?
The toughest were Odell Beckham, Jarvis Landry, and Green Beckham from Missouri. Those are probably the toughest I had to cover.
Are you looking forward to taking on the number one receivers from opponents and that challenge that would present?
I'm definitely looking forward to that this year. Right. Well, I guess now we're about to see how good I really am. I get to challenge myself over the best receiver the whole game, and it's going to be a one-on-one matchup. That's not a secret. And we're going to see how it goes.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, talking to Jeff and Coach Muschamp and all our media guys, they told me how it was going to be. But, growing up, just being around football my whole life, I kind of know what to expect. So it's not too bad for me. I kind of enjoy it. It's fun.
How much does the Georgia rivalry turn that around? Get talked about. I know when you go 4-8, there's a lot of games you want to reverse. But it's 3 in a row in a series Florida was dominated.
Right. My first experience with that game, it's crazy. There's no other game like it. But we have to win. We got to win one. We got to beat Georgia. So that's obviously that's not our main goal, but we have to do that to win the East, and that's what we're working for.
Talking about your leadership, are you more of a vocal leader or just by example?
Usually I'm a by an example type of guy, but now that may not be enough because I have to talk. There's a lot of freshmen, so now I have to talk to them too, and that's where I kind of need to grow up and learn how to talk to people because you can't talk to everybody the same. Some people learn different, and I have to understand that. I have to learn who they are, how they play, and that's just my job. That's just how that's how this year's going to be.
You good?
Right. That's the biggest challenge, because you definitely can't talk to everybody the same. You know, some people learn different. Some people you have to yell at. Some people you have to pull to the side, and that's just what I have to do this year.
You guys have had the best of Tennessee for a while. Well, before last year for you. What do you recall about playing Tennessee last year? And then how much do you guys talk about that rivalry with Tennessee that you guys have?
You know, Tennessee, they're a great team. You know, they have a lot of great young players. They had a good recruiting class. They like to take shots. They like to go deep. But it's fun playing against them. You know, hopefully we don't lose to them. You know, obviously we want to beat them. But you know, I'm excited for that game. I'm excited for all the games really. So
when it comes to learning how to, sorry.